Hello guys, this is Spooky Noodles and I am here with a book haul. I have to be a little bit quiet, but I got a pretty good sized haul this time. It's really book mail, but I'm just gonna be calling it haul for this video, but it's book mail. So first thing we're gonna do is pull out a book and then we're gonna talk about it. So first book I pull out is William F. Nolan's Hell Tracks. And the thing says, all aboard the terror train. Your ticket is your immortal soul. So let's read the back. It comes in the night. A monstrous locomotive traveling silently after midnight across the still Montana plains, belching smoke blacker than death, powered by fear and vengeance and blood. It moves through your darkest nightmares, following a fiendish killer on his grisly tale of unspeakable slaughter, haunting the dreams of a widowed rancher whose young daughter is to be sacrificed to a terrifying and stable evil. After a century, the ghost train rolls again, all aboard for one-way trip to hell. So that is Hell Tracks. That is a really cool cover, if you ask me. I love trains, so when I saw this, I was like, I need it, so I got it. Alright, next, we have, it's a little bit beat up, but, we have H.P. Lovecraft's Lurking Fear and Other Stories. And the stories they have is, well, let's see here. See, the cover's bent. Let's see here. It has Lurking Fear, Dagon, Beyond the Wall of Sleep, The White Ship, Author Germ, The Beyond, The Temple, The Moonbog, The Hound, The Unnameable, The Outsider, and The Shadow over Innsmouth. Shadow over Innsmouth is a really good one. I like that one a lot. And I see here that there is another H.P. Lovecraft, and this one is The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath, and this is really good condition. It's in a bag because he didn't want to get it, he didn't want to get it all wrecked, but it's pretty good condition. Put that over there. Really pretty cover. This one has a few stories in it. The first one, The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath, Cellophase, The Silver Key, Through the Gates of the Silver Key, The White Ship, which was in the other one, and The Strange High House in the Mist. So, boom. Another H.P. Lovecraft book. Alright, next we have Psychosphere by Brian Lumley. Now I have Psychomach, so this one helps me complete the series. I believe this is second in the series. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the second one. Yeah, this is the second in the series. The first one is Mech. I'm not going to read the back because it will probably give away stuff from the other one. Which, speaking of which, is right here. Mech. Now, I can read this one because this is the first one. So, let's sit in and let's read this one. The terrorist bomb blast introduced two very different men. Multimillionaire Thomas Schroeder and British Army Corporal Richard Garrison. The industrialist welcomed the army man to his mountain retreat, endowed him with wealth, and introduced him to one woman he would always love. Blinded him in the inferno, Garrison at first thought that Schroeder's kindness sprang from gratitude and guilt. But when Schroeder revealed the unique mental abilities he and Garrison shared and his plan to cheat death, Garrison began to wonder about Schroeder's true motivations. Was he Thomas Schroeder's friend, or the test subject of Schroeder's dream of reincarnation? So that is Psycho Mech, the first in the Psycho Mech series. I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. Is that what the series is called? Hold on. This is a first printing, so of course it wouldn't have. This one is not first printing though, so. Yeah, it's a Psycho Mech series. So there you go. Alright. Let's see here. I'm gonna move some books around because I want to save some books for last. Yeah, save that one for last. Again, saving this one for last. Don't look. Alright. So next we have an empty bag. No, we have Tim Levin's Desolation. Sorry for the glare. Alright, let's read the back of this book. This one's a little longer, so sit in. Kane is eager for a new beginning. After years of virtual imprisonment by his insane father and intense therapy following his father's death, Kane is finally ready to see the outside world. He rents an apartment and moves in with only a few meager belongings, including a very special trunk that contains his most guarded secret, something unimaginable, something unnatural. The outside world isn't what Kane expected. His landlord warned him before he moved in that the other tenants, I can't read today, were all a little strange. But he soon discovers that many of them are very strange and downright terrifying. His nightmares are becoming more hideous and more frequent. The pressure is building. If it continues to build, Kane might be forced to open his trunk. So that's Tim Levin's Desolation. Very pretty cool cover. It's in pretty good condition. Alright, now we have what I think is pretty cool. And that is my new book collection by Rick Hautala. If you don't know who Rick Hautala is, well, he's a pretty cool writer, I hear. I'm listening to Unsigahunk, which is Little Brothers and a bunch of like 7 short stories that has to do with the Little Brothers. So it's going very well so far. I think I'm 6 hours into the audiobook and I have like 10 hours to go. Or maybe I'm 9 hours into the audiobook with 10 hours to go. I don't remember. But this book is called Dark Silence. Got a little gear blade there, or whatever, a blade of some sort. It has blood on it. Don't go near the old mill if you value your soul. A masterpiece of sheer terror, Rick Hautala's Dark Silence. So let's do the back, shall we? November 1694. Rachel Parsons, an accused witch, is hanged at the gallows tree in Summerfield, Maine. Before she dies, she curses all who live in her land. Her words end with the creak of a rope as the ladder is pulled out from under her. Autumn 1963. A retarded boy is chased into the old abandoned mill, but it is one of his tormentors who ends up at the bottom of the shaft. Summer 1994. Brian Fraser has heard the stories about the old mill. They say it's haunted, filled with the whisperings of lost souls, cursed by the horrible things that happened there long ago, including something that his own father won't talk about. But Brian is drawn to the mill, drawn to an evil as hideous, so apocalyptic it threatens one's sanity. And it just goes on to say, horror master Rick Hautala is penned a novel so compelling, so terrifying that it will lift the hairs at the back of your neck, in the chilling tradition of Dean Koontz and Robert R. McCammon. So yeah, brave. That's a big statement right there. All right. Next, we have Knightstone. And if you look at one way, it's like a little girl. Look at another, it's a skull. See that? I love how books are able to do that. You ain't gonna get a good picture, but this is a big book. Let's read the back, shall we? And I think this is one of his most well-known novels, other than Little Brothers, so let's do it. The old house in Maine gave Beth the creeps. She couldn't believe they were really moving in. If it weren't for the wooden doll she had found in the closet of her new bedroom, she would have been miserable. But the strange hand-carved figure fascinated her, and she sensed with a child's instinct that she had to hide it from her parents. Hidden evil. And the first thing it said, hidden toys. So hidden evil. It was a house of darkness and shadows, but with her secret doll, Beth wasn't afraid. Not even when she heard the scratching and whispering at night. Not even when the tall, massive stones of her dreams began to ooze with blood. For as she stared into the eyes of the wooden doll, she heard it call to her and felt the force of its evil power. And she knew that it was about to tell her what she had to do. Knightstone. And it goes on to say how Stephen King raves about Rick Hautala's Moon Death, which is another book he wrote. So now I have 2 books by Rick Hautala. But oh wait, there's more. Boom, Bedbugs by Rick Hautala. Boom. Alright, let's read this one. From the subway tunnels of Boston, in the rain-swept streets of Quebec City, to the deepest snow-filled forests in Hilton, Maine, no one in these chilling stories by horror master Rick Hautala is safe from the darkness or the dangerous things that lurk in the shadows, waiting for us, reaching for us. So, before I speak, it's a collection of short stories, and it has a bunch of cool ones. There's one that's called Colt 24. I want to read that one. And is there more? Yeah, there is. So that's pretty cool. But here's the collection by Rick Hautala. Seems like every good writer has a collection. And then this is my favorite book that I received. And I am so happy to own this. And that is Little Brothers by Rick Hautala. And that's the book that I'm actually listening to right now. And I'm enjoying it a lot. This is in very good condition. But that is it. I will read the back of this one, but that is it. We are finished. It has been 5 years since Kip Howard saw his mother killed horribly by a blur of little brown things. 5 years of nightmares and a terror of dark places. 5 years of struggling to overcome what must have been just his imagination. But the Unsigahunk, the Indian word for little brothers, are no one's imagination. Hideous forest creatures who feed every 5 years on human flesh. Little brothers are about to emerge from the underground once again. Only this time, there will be no escape for the young boy who witnessed their last feast. Not their little feast, my bad. And again, perfect condition, this thing. This thing's in great condition. And so is Bedbugs. Bedbugs is in pretty good condition too, but nothing's as good as condition as Little Brothers, which is zebra horror. Bedbugs is leisure horror. Knightstones is another zebra horror. And then, once again, zebra horror. So that's my little Rick Hautala collections right now. That's pretty cool. Then I showed you a Tim Lebbin book. Lebbin? Then I showed you the Mech series. I own the other one somewhere. It's over there. But now I own the fascinating trilogy that I want to jump into one day. Then I showed you 2 H.P. Lovecraft books. And then we had one pretty cool looking book, Hell Tracks. Excuse me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little book mail. Sorry I didn't upload yesterday. I uploaded today earlier, but I just didn't feel up to uploading yesterday, and I really didn't have anything to update you on. Like, what am I gonna do? Update you that I wrote like maybe a few lines? What am I gonna do? Update you that I didn't read? You know? So I'm sorry there was no video yesterday, but today you got a book mail. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you have a spooky night. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Now I am become death, the destroyer